Are you somebody who loves diving into their spiritual journey, exploring ways to increase your psychic gifts, to tune into your intuition, to dial up your connection with spirit guides? You are not alone. I absolutely love exploring all types of ways to connect into that higher self so ultimately you can be your purpose. I'm Claire Chancellor from Be Your Purpose Coaching, and today I have facilitated a session with the beautiful Angelique to travel between lives. Now, one of the advantages of traveling back to the spirit world, passing the soul contract table, and having a meeting with the Star Council and your team is to better understand your purpose being here. What are your unique gifts? How can you share that with humanity? What words of encouragement do they have to share with you on your soul's journey? And to be able to get that energy upgrade so you can raise your consciousness, manifest in the things that you want, feel into that deeper sense of purpose and meaning for what you're doing in this lifetime, and ultimately just clearing away all of the nonsense so you can have that fulfilling life. Today's session with Angelique was so incredibly powerful. She connected into some wise elders who were able to share with her the importance of the links that we make with people in our lives, the strength in coming into that sacred neutrality where we don't get caught up in the judgment. They were able to bring in the dragon energy. And before our own very eyes, Angelique was getting these energy upgrades over and over again as the team delivered an impressive session between lives. Now, this session was absolutely a privilege and an honor to facilitate with Angelique, as she is already a magnificent healer within the spiritual awakening. So I've got to just say, like, listen in, know that the meanings and the messages are for you too. If you were attracted to this session, then there's going to be an energy exchange. There's going to be something in it for you. So let's get started. Welcome, everybody. Today we are talking to the beautiful Angelique from Awakened Soul Healing. Today we are going on an incredible journey between lives. So I'm so excited to talk with you today, Angelique. It's so high vibe
Yeah,
already.
I
Do you
know,
feel the
easy.
team coming in and
Yeah,
ready for
yeah,
this one?
yeah. Nice and
When
light.
when we were getting ready for this session, you had messaged me about every time that you've unpacked a little bit more about your purpose, a little bit more about your gifts, that life had become a little bit easier. Like the money can flow in easier, clients flow in easier. I wanted to check in with you about your perspective on that, how that all works. Do you have any sort of ideas about, yeah, when you start to align more to your purpose, what happens with that?
Um, I personally feel that I've done a lot of past life, but even before I came to you, past life and ancestral stuff, that ancestors that came in, and it's like they give me a gift each time. Here's something to unwrap, here's something to unwrap. And after each one, it's like I level up.
Yeah.
So I find it really almost the next day it's like a shift in things, so it
Yeah.
happens quite quickly, and it's, I call it magic, and it's just like, oh, another layer, another layer.
The way you describe it, it's like we're all at a kid's party with Pass the Parcel, and the music stops. And
Yeah, 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 and everyone gets a prize now, don't they? Yeah,
oh, I love
everyone
that.
gets a prize.
Next time we do a retreat or a workshop, we should absolutely do a Pass the Parcel, but that's a
Yeah.
whole nother topic.
Yeah,
But you've
yeah.
been on a significant journey with your healing. I mean, you carry the title of all sorts of different healing, the forensic healing, the
Mm.
NLP, I mean, the list goes on. I was curious about your journey within all of the modalities, a little bit about where you started and what put you on that quest to to want to explore more on that spiritual journey.
um well, I started with Bowen.
Yeah.
I didn't know what I wanted to do. I didn't know who I wanted to be. I was just in sales, which was interesting because you couldn't talk to me. I was that shy. I put my head down. I didn't know how to talk to people. So that prepared me for talking to people. And then I started doing Bowen, and then I started seeing dead people. And then I started doing Reiki. And then I got sick. I got really sick. I woke up one day with rheumatoid arthritis, and I was basically a cripple. I couldn't walk, couldn't use my hands. And that started me on the journey. And we know it's often those life-changing things that seem horrific that start us on a different path. So I went to a forensic healer, and I'm like, oh, and then I started hearing my team. And they said, you need to do that. So, at the time I didn't have much money to do that sort of stuff. But my husband's always been supportive, and he's like, no, we're going to make it work. And that was the start. And
Oh, wow.
from there, I've just, anything that they tell me to do, I kind of go, okay. And I just integrate it and make it all mine, whatever, all the tools that I've got,
Well,
I'm.
I've got to jump in there. So it sounds like even though you're in the practical world of sales and people and being a very polite, good human,
Mm.
uh, I can assume that the mainstream human world were not able to solve the arthritis, the pains, the
Oh,
aches.
oh, no, no. And I've grown up holistic because my mum was a naturopath. So, when that happened, and I knew it was dad stuff. I knew instantly it was dad stuff, even though I didn't know them that much about the healing side of it. And so I was a surrogate for my dad. That was one thing I picked up, that I took that on. But there was a lot of karmic stuff there down, because it was down the family. It went down 200 years. It went down. So that was interesting. So I was determined I was going to clear it for everyone. But now I know differently. So yeah, but I went to the doctor, and they want to put you on all these heavy drugs, and I I was very proud of myself for standing up, because you can get very much bullied in that the medical field. And I said, no, I want to try it myself. So he gave me 6 weeks, and then he was really good. We worked together really, really well. He said, when he ended up leaving and moving, he said, I've never met anyone quite like you. And he said, no, it's a good thing, you've taught me a lot, because I was in my power about my body, what was going to happen to it. So yeah, I ended up coming to the conclusion that I could work with both, and that's what I've done to get myself in remission. So
Yeah, the arthritis could have put you into victim mode, and then it was like, no, I'm
yeah.
stepping into my power.
Oh,
This
I
is
did
my
that.
body. Yeah,
I
pardon?
did that. I did that. I'm one of 6 kids, and I went to mum and I said, why me? I've got enough things. Why me? And mum said, because you're the one that's going to sort it out. So that was interesting. Yeah.
That is fascinating, and it's
Yeah.
fascinating to hear how quickly, intuitively, you knew it was dad's stuff. I've got to self-reflect and say that my mum had Hodgkin's disease as a teenager, and she was told she could never have children from all of the chemo
Mm,
and all the things that the
mm,
radiation that they did to when they didn't know how to manage that hideous health condition.
mm.
And so when mum thought she couldn't have children, so here I am.
Surprise.
And so within the ancestral lineage, all all of the trauma and things that created the cancer in mum was
Mm,
okay, Claire, here you are. The mainstream is not going to solve it. And not that I had too many big deal health conditions like yours. I had what's known as electromagnetic hypersensitivity, which means I was
yeah.
allergic to electricity. Antibiotics wouldn't work for me no matter
Mhm.
what kind of, like, the doctors just couldn't. I was quirky like you. The
Yeah.
doctors couldn't reach it. And so, yeah, that led me down that similar path
Mm,
of all the tools in the
mm,
toolkit.
yeah.
But I get the sense that you're merging into that leadership role, getting people to wake up to their own gifts rather than seeking out the person to do the healing for them. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
tell me more about that
Oh,
quest.
I just love it. I love it. That's what I get passionate about, especially with the mentoring. I love mentoring. I say I mentor healers and that, but when I say that, it's not healers that are already working. It's the healers that I know are going to step up into that. And it doesn't necessarily look like what we're doing. It can be going
Their
out in
own
the
version.
community
Yeah.
doing something else. So people have this, oh, I'm not a healer, I'm not like you. But that's not what it looks like. It's all wrapped differently. So, but just seeing them when you hand that over to them, I'm very much a teacher of throw you in the deep end and I'm here to catch you kind of energy. And when they first start working with me, they freak out a bit, but um they love it. They love it. And, having that safe place for them to step up into that, I just love watching their energy change. It's like, especially the women, like girl power, just remembering, because that's all it is. It's a remembrance, isn't it?
Remembering, however,
Yeah.
it's also saving them the years of turmoil that you
Yeah.
went through to try to get
Yeah.
the key to the right key to open that door.
Yeah.
That and it's it's not so much about I, I sound like I'm in my ego, but like they have no idea how many years and things that you have helped them
Yeah.
save, the stress to look, what about this, what about that? You've just like, here it is,
Yeah.
as you said, like in that parcel. And
Yeah.
yeah, you throw
Yeah.
them in the deep end. I
Yeah.
often use the metaphor for my students, like take the training wheels off, fly, like
Yeah.
off you go.
Yeah. Yeah. And I don't like the victimhood. So it's like, let's get out of that. Let's get out of that straight away and let's see what you can do to change this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that's incredible. So this feels magical with where we're taking this particular session, and it is an honor to facilitate this with you, to take you between lives, emerge into the energy within the Star Council, your team, and
Mhm.
to really dive into that next layer of your purpose and gaining any guidance that they have to, yeah, to offer you for this next chapter. Do you have any
Mm.
questions or any insights of
No, no, I'm just excited. I'm always excited to journey with you.
we often go off to the weird and wonderful,
I
like
know.
in the most recent sessions that we've done in the group, we've been in the womb, we've been, activating DNA for your intuitive gifts, we've been chatting
Mm,
to guides. What else are we going to do, Angelique?
mm, mm. Yeah.
Yeah, well, today we're going to find out. So
Thanks.
it's exciting. With this particular process, there's obviously the hypnosis component. I understand you already know, like click and you'll be there, but I really want to honor the process and the time and just play in that Moorish energy to get into that zone. And then what we're going to do is, yeah, we're going to take it from there, see who greets us between lives. For anybody listening who's like, what do you mean between lives? Often we are, well, not often, we are souls signing up for a human experience, and we will come together within the soul family at the soul contract table before we come into each and every lifetime. So imagine just a gathering of wonderful souls that you've known lifetime after lifetime, reviewing, checking in. Okay, you were the little sister this time. I want to be the menacing
Mm,
boss, or whatever it is, whatever roles. And the intention behind that is to help each other learn cause and effect, learn how to grow, learn the polarities and all sorts of different challenges, mostly because we don't have that negativity in the spirit world. We don't have that dense energy like the hate or the grief. And from a soul's point of view, it's quite exciting to, oh, like, let's go and learn about anxiety. Let's go learn about pain. And so this relates back to what Angelique was saying, that every time you take away a layer of the ego, a layer of the limitations, the limiting beliefs, you raise your consciousness, you raise your frequency to then step into that teacher role, to be able to shine your light. Would you add anything to that, Angelique?
no, no, you said it all.
That's fun. All right. So unless there's any other questions, anything, I feels like it. It feels like the team are like, okay, what about this? What about that? But let's just jump into the process, right?
Yeah. Oh, else we chat too long.
We're going to start to travel to the room of eternity where we can gain new knowledge, to gain guidance for what's ahead. So as we start to journey, I want you to feel yourself being drawn to a beautiful star, Angelique. That light will magnetically pull you closer and closer. And as you approach, noticing that star drawing you in, that the doors start to open, and there's that inviting energy with all of those beautiful guides of yours. Feeling that sense of excitement, Angelique is back. And I just want you to notice the guide that captures your attention. Angelique, I want you to ask this guide to lead you past the soul contract table. I want you to ask this guide to lead you down a corridor that's lined with all of the doors of potential opportunities. And knowing that this session was coming up, we know that the Star Council wait for us behind one of those doors. Finding that glowing door, asking that guide to open that door, and feeling yourself moving into that space feels so wise, the great respect, that regal energy as you move into that space. Just want you to take a moment to just absorb all of that loving energy. And allowing the voice to speak, Angelique, can you tell me how many beings are waiting for you here?
10.
Oh, okay. Are you sitting or standing?
I'm standing.
And I'm curious, are they wearing any medallions, crystals, or anything that stands out?
They all look white, like white robes. And not all of them, but one of them has got sort of like a star, but it looks different.
Okay. How do you feel being in amongst these 10
Oh,
beings?
I'm woozy. I can feel I'm like woozy. I feel woozy, like lightheaded.
Lightheaded. Okay. What I'm going to ask the team, the guides, everybody to do is just to bring your energy into alignment so you can receive everything that's here to be received. So just asking the team to adjust your energy to resonate the frequency
Yeah, because it's
brings
almost
you.
like I'm floating. So I need to
Yeah.
come down. My feet need to touch the ground. Yeah, that's better.
Do you allow that energy to integrate? I'm really curious, Angelique. Is there anything there within the frequency of the floor that would have pushed you up, or is it just you were still in your bubble and you were floating?
I think just the frequency is what I'm getting, like the high frequency.
I'm getting the sense that the team there are putting like a band around everybody in that space, a little bit like that wagon wheel. It's like, let's all connect, let's all
Mm,
just bring each
yeah,
other to
they've
that
actually
level.
gone. They've actually gone in a circle.
I love how this works.
Mm.
So, which elder is willing to step forward to be the spokesperson today? What do you notice about that member?
Um, long silver hair, kind of like someone out of, oh, not Lord of the Rings, but that kind of energy. Wise.
Is this elder the one that was wearing the star?
Yeah.
Okay.
This was.
Noticing how his wisdom will be shared, whether that's telepathically, with feelings, with knowings. Knowing you probably just hear it.
Mm.
Just getting that feedback from him. Does he have any feedback about your overall advancement?
I just this like cheering on, just
Does he
waiting,
share? Oh, he's
waiting.
waiting.
They've been waiting. They've been waiting. So it feels like there's a bit of excitement that I'm there.
Yes.
Mm.
Does he have any feedback about the ancestral work that you've been doing?
It's all linked. It's like all links in the chain.
Hmm.
And he's talking about the time, and I think that it's been a long time, but it's actually, it's like it's nothing. It's nothing.
Help me understand the importance of that chain.
It's just all linked. It all links into another, into another, into another, and that what I think is separate. Oh, I'm going to get emotional. What I think is separate isn't separate. Like even doing the ancestral stuff and going down like my grandfather's, and then going down. Oh, I've just recently been to Valhalla, so that's another piece of the chain. Whereas I think it's different because it's different ancestral lineages. It's all connected. Is what they're saying. That's
Oh,
the
wow.
chain. Yeah, I think it's separate. That's my grandfather. That's my grandmother. But it's all linked.
Tell me more about the emotions that came up, the difference within the separation versus the links.
Oh, because it's all sort of similar. Like you think they've all got different stories. Like my grandfather, we've got a lot of there's the Viking stuff down there, and then yeah. Oh, it's just I'm feeling a lot of separation, but it's not. Yeah, yeah. Because I'm very much getting the great grandmother who's down at oh, where did I go? It's just gone blank.
Valhalla.
Yeah, yes, yeah, and there's that connection there, but I thought it was separate, but yeah,
I'm curious,
interesting.
how do these links connect to your clients?
They're just saying it's all magic. Because I just thought just thinking it's down one side, but there's magic everywhere in even the people that you think oh, they had it hard, they just had a normal life, but there's magic in everything, whether they acknowledged it or not.
Yeah,
It's
wow.
they're all linked.
Yeah,
Ooh.
wow. So with this wise one and all of this amazing wisdom that is being shared, can you share with us a little bit about the ego and the healing journey within everybody?
It's almost like we signed up for the class, and you can't complain. They're saying you can't complain. You're only complaining because you've forgotten.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So even though the ego likes to let us know we are separate,
Mm,
it's a class.
mm,
So like, yeah.
mm. you signed up for this class, and because it's getting hard, it's even then when you're getting more caught up in the humanness instead of turning to that. So they're showing you the two sides. Instead of going to that, you get caught in the denser energy, and then you're more human between this, and you're more human.
So then imagine with the polarities they're showing you, there's the dark workers, there's the light workers. Can this wise one share with me about the sacred neutral?
You know what you said about the light and the day, and they're like, we're the grey. Yeah, that greyness, and just holding that space. Just holding the space is what he's saying. Holding that space. Oof.
How does that connect? How does that connect back to the links, holding the space and the links?
Well, that's where the strength is. That's where the strength is. It's not on the outside. It's not on the outside, but it's where they're actually joined.
Oh my goodness, the sacred neutral is the strength that holds the links together.
Because that's the strength. It's showing me that's the strength.
What's the greater purpose for us to be strong?
To hold it. When everything else is weak, it's to hold. To hold that. I want to say neutrality. It's
Oh,
neither right nor wrong. Does that make sense?
yeah, no judgment.
No judgment. Yeah.
Yeah.
So where they're joined is that no judgment.
Knowing I'm
Oh,
talking,
my humanness is going, that's interesting.
knowing that I'm talking to a brilliant healer, are you able to describe the energy within that strength or within the links?
Oh, just wisdom is what I'm getting. Wisdom beyond that we, with our human brains, are capable of holding, almost, is what they're saying. It's like we can't hold it.
Wow.
But we know it. We know it. We know it. It's in us. We just have to step out of the humanness. Does that make sense? It makes sense
Yeah.
to me. Step out of that humanness.
How do the team, in the company of the team, how do they feel about us like getting these aha moments?
It's like they're showing me a dropper, and it's like they're just giving us little drops because we couldn't handle the whole thing. We couldn't handle the whole thing, so it's like here's a drop, and then we can manage. We can manage. It's what we can manage. They're saying it's what we can manage.
Yeah. And yet my human self is like, give it to me all.
Yeah.
But imagine,
like some of us, you is the bird. You know when it gets fed by its mother, it's got its beak open. That's what they're showing me. Some of it were more.
I love that.
Yeah, but it's being able to hold it without being sick. Yeah, interesting.
Understanding all of this about the sacred neutral, the links, the strength in the links. Is there anything else here they want us to know?
Just don't get caught up in the games that are being played here. Like there's so much. They're showing me to rise above, the fear, the changes that are coming. There's a lot of changes coming. and you've got to connect in with your team and rise, keep your vibration, because part of it is going to drag us down if we don't hold it.
All right. So there's a fresh new starter coming.
And they're very excited. It's like there's a lot of this going on. There's an excitement there.
Yeah, nice.
So gather your tribe is what they're saying. Gather your tribe. And there's the links again.
Okay.
You know, link. Does that make sense? Link.
It
They're
does,
showing
yeah.
link your tribe together, because that's where the strength is going to be.
For those who are feeling lonely,
Mm.
what do they need to know to be able to find their tribe?
They need to step out of their comfort zone. Step out of your comfort zone and ask for your tribe.
Okay.
Oof.
I imagine then the rest of the tribe are waiting for that link to come in, like get out of your cave,
Yes.
get out of your
Yes.
comfort zone, come join
Yeah.
us.
Yeah. Because it's so expansive. It's like just another link and just expansive. And it just gets stronger, not weaker. Yeah, they're saying humanness, think that they're saying that they feel that they're going to weaken, but it's not. It's actually just going to. I'm just seeing expansiveness. So
Yeah. I'm seeing that the game playing creates separation and competition and comparison, whereas the togetherness, the unity consciousness, the co-creation, all of the fancy words actually enhances the human code. It enhances the human experience.
because it goes through those links. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Could we have those links if we were? My question is, we're having a human experience. If we were just souls, do the links operate the same way?
Yeah. Yeah. It already is. He's
Tell
saying
me
that
more.
it already is. There's like
Tell me.
layers. It's like there's like layers of density. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So there's this one, and then there's this one, and it just gets lighter and lighter the more, I don't want to say evolved, but the more schooling you've done. Yeah. Yeah. Interesting.
How does this connect back to the original intention about looking at your teacher role?
Oh, they're just saying it's not about you. So I don't want to say ego, it's more fear, any fear. So we're all linked anyway. We're all
Yeah.
linked. So it's not just me. It's not just me. So I don't have to fear, or we don't, because it's not just me. We don't have to fear stepping up.
Yeah, there's a lot of reasons why people would be fearful to speak their truth, not to be seen, heard.
Yeah, yeah. And I'm just saying, I'm going to get emotional now. I'm just seeing myself as a child, the eczema all the way down my face and hiding behind my hair. And, that they're basically saying I don't have to hide anymore. It's like that was a reason to hide because I was always different.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ooh, it's interesting that they showed me that.
Are they able to offer any healing for that little version of you?
Mm. are they actually saying that that eczema that was coming down my face, that was in my ears coming down my face, they're saying that was the dragon energy, which is interesting. Wow. Yeah, they're saying that it had to do with the dragon magic.
Right.
So instead of being ashamed of, having to hide, if I'd remembered, it would have been different.
Now tell me more. How would it have been different?
Oh, I'm going to start crying. I was just scared all the time, anxiety as a kid. And then my dad died, so having that grief, I didn't want to be seen. I didn't want people looking at me.
Yeah.
It was that shrinking. And I did
We,
that for a long time. I did that for.
if we explore this a little more, to me, it sounds like there was so much going on, that soul stepping into a human experience and just, wow, so much energy being thrown at you. It sounds like the, it sounds like you put up a bit of a shield, and that shield could have been called eczema, that shield could have
Yeah,
been called whatever you want to call it.
yeah. Oof.
What was that shield protecting you from?
Oh, I was just so sensitive, pain, grief. Because I knew my dad was sick. The world was just so tough. It was so hard for me because I was so sensitive.
It's okay to check in. What would have
Mm.
happened if you hadn't have put up the shield?
I think I would have coped. That's what I felt, that I probably wouldn't have coped.
So is it possible on some level you then called in that dragon energy to protect you?
Mm. That's so beautiful. Yeah, because I was always sensitive. Oh. And in those days, we didn't talk about feelings or anything, So I had to be shielded. That makes sense. Yes. Mm.
I mean, even
Yeah.
back then, you had a brilliant strategy to protect yourself in a tough world.
Mm. Yeah, I never looked at it like that.
I
So
imagine,
perfect.
yeah, I imagine then the energy you can pick up on the energy of a shield within your clients, within your family. Like, yep, there's a shield.
Yeah. That's big.
Connecting, yeah, connecting to that, connecting to that wise one. What words of encouragement has he got about the shields?
Well, I'm just getting the dragon energy there with me. It's almost like it was a matter of survival. It was a matter of actual survival for me when I was young and so sensitive. Because I wouldn't have been able to cope being so sensitive. Until I started on that spiritual journey, I don't think, just being in the humanness is just too overwhelming, if that makes sense. It's when you start on that spiritual journey and that trusting and that connecting to your higher self and your guides, even though you don't know they're with you. Like I used to, after my dad died, I used to talk to I thought I was talking to my dad, but I think it was my guides I was talking to. So even though you can't see us, that we're there, even though you don't know who you're talking to, that you've got that support and you're not alone.
Mm.
Yeah, that, because I'm one of 6 kids and I still felt alone. It was always different. It always felt too much.
Let me understand why you called in the dragon. You could have called in any particular being. Why the dragon?
The shield, the shield.
Mm.
That hardness, but the softness inside. Yeah, that shield, that shield.
So tell me, how much is the shield still there?
Yeah, I'm getting it. It's still over here. Yeah, it's like this. It comes up when I need it. When that little girl who lost her dad, when that comes up, it's almost like a fan, a shield pops up over my heart. But it's the dragon skin, you know?
Yeah, wow. When I've worked with people and their shields, sometimes those shields are like man-made metal and they're rusted and they're dinted and it's tough. And I've always invited people to release that man-made shield, give it to Mother Earth, let her turn that to fertilizer, and actually call in a much higher frequency layer of protection, again, like liquid crystal, the energy that's so like out of this world light. Is there any adjustments that your team recommend for this shield?
Well, let's just say straight away the little girl goes, no. She's like, no, that's protected me. But yeah, yeah. Okay, they're turning it into feathers. Into feathers. So it was like a fan of metal, if that makes sense.
It does, yeah. I was there with you. Yes.
Yeah. And now we're turning that into feathers. So yeah, interesting with its feathers.
Is it possible your dragon got an upgrade then and allowed to fly? There's the feathered dragons.
Oh, okay. Hmm. Yeah.
How does the little girl, the little version of you feel about feathers?
Oh, I have them in vases. I love feathers. I love feathers.
How does this little version of you feel about the energy upgrade?
Happy. I feel like my dragon's changing color too, which
Yes,
is
I got that.
interesting.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm like, I don't know what color he is at the moment. It feels like he's choosing a color and putting all these coats on to see what color he's gonna be.
If I may say, I'm getting the sense that the color he's choosing is not of this world, and our
Mm,
logical brains can't even pick up on that frequency.
mm. Yeah, because it's just going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How
But
will your
he's happy.
clients, how will your clients respond to this upgrade?
The ones that are supposed to work with me will love it. Yeah. It feels powerful.
Awesome.
Mm.
So knowing that we had that little version of you, there was some sensitivity. I want to check back in with the elder. Was this elder the one who told you it was time to come back to Earth?
Mm.
Can you
Yeah.
describe?
Yeah, and he's saying, I know you weren't happy about it. And it's funny now because all their robes have changed to colour.
Wow, that's never happened. I've never known that to happen in a session before.
Yeah, it's got to do with that dragon. I want to know where they're from. Who are we talking to?
With that in place, I want to check in. What did you know about Earth to have that kind of resistance, like to not be happy? You know, they said, okay, it's time to come back.
Pain,
And yeah,
pain, misunderstanding, not fitting in.
okay. Have you ever told this team, no, I'm not doing that?
No, no. I feel like I'm the student. Yeah. And they're just looking at me going, are you?
Which goes back to the links you were saying that you're the teacher, but the students are also the teachers. Like we're all linked.
Mm. Yeah,
Was
and that
there,
all ripples through every chain, doesn't it? That strength, that knowledge, that's what they're saying.
anything else?
And they're saying the magic ripples down too. So it's like almost when we link, it's almost like an automatic upgrade for everybody that links into that.
Yeah, wow.
Mm. It's like that. It's like all these lights going because we're all connected. Yeah.
Yeah, wow. So then with that light, that connection, when you actually said yes to coming here, you didn't say no, there was a yes. When you planned to come to Earth, did it
Mm.
matter what country you came to?
Yeah, straight away, yes. Yes, straight away.
Tell me more.
I got the Aboriginal straight away because I know I did a past life in that, but they're saying something to do with the land. That's interesting. Something to do with the land. And I'm just getting like litter
Yeah.
activations in the land. In the land. That's
Happy
tied
with
up
the
with.
ley lines?
Yeah, but it feels like it's not what we know. I'm going to do that. It's not what we know. It's different.
Yep.
There's,
Would it
there's
be then
different.
the
There's different grids. They're saying.
different grids? Is it to do with Earth's, womb chakras?
Well, I'm getting a no on that. Do you know what I'm getting? The third eye. I'm getting the third eye.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's that enlightenment. I'm just, all I'm seeing is this all-knowing eye that's deep, deep, deep in the layers.
Imagine there's been a lot of teachers and healers who've put a lot of healing into the land.
Mm. More, more, more. It's what I'm getting. Because there's a lot to undo, but it knows it knows what to do. It knows what to do. I feel like we're going to go back to the old ways is what I'm getting. We're going to go back to the old ways and then that's going to connect us to the even older magic that's within. They're saying that's going on underneath us.
And I imagine that doesn't mean going back to walking around without clothes and things,
No,
but it
no, no,
actually
no.
means going back to like Lemuria, Atlantis, all of that
The magic.
the magic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The keys are there. Yeah, I don't want to be doom and gloom, but there's a lot that has to not die physically, but there's a lot that has to be, there's going to be a separation. Yeah, there's going to be a separation. Almost like a split.
Mm-hmm. Did we not do that several times with Atlantis?
Mm-hmm.
We're in for one of those again. Okay.
Yeah, it's just another key.
Knowing that there was that on one hand we've got so much healing in the land, and then on the other hand you knew that there was pain and misunderstandings. What was this polarity supposed to teach you?
That you can shift. So even if you are in it, I'm going to get into my humanness. Right. Even when you're in it, it feels so bloody overwhelming that you can quite quickly, they're going like, it's almost like in a blink of an eye that you can get out of that feeling of hopelessness and depression and that overwhelming not wanting to be here, that you can shift it quite quickly. From that hopelessness to, I don't want to say empowerment because that's so human, but to that connecting in with others, and there's that strength that you're not alone. And it's just being in that energy. It's not even talking, it's just being in that energy. And you know how we were talking, I'm all scattered now, but you know when we were talking about the chains.
Yeah, I'm seeing the whole going back to council, seeing everyone's linked. Yeah.
It's that it's that it's that unity.
Yeah. So then one last check with that particular topic. What's unique about your gifts to serve this mission?
Just to remind people of the magic, the strength that's in that.
Yeah. Drop the shields, engage in the magic and the strength.
Yeah, move through it. As hard as it is. Sorry, take that back. That's just human. You feel like it's hard, but once you start that first step and then the second step, once you link in with those people energetically, and things start to change.
So I'm fascinated. If we ask the team here in that council room to really take the layers of your human self away, letting all of that fade, what is it about the energy frequency that runs through you? What is it about your healing gifts, your purpose? Like, describe for me the energy within that being.
I'm just seeing people almost like caught in their humanness and just almost like a remembrance. So I'm reminding them of their own magic. I'm saying that and plugging into that and watching that heaviness of the humanness just, it's almost like shedding away. Remind them of the magic that's them.
Oh, that's them. It's not even magic outside of them, it's magic within them.
Yeah. And once you find those people, it's like, part of a chain. One link is weak, but together, all that ripples through. You can see that going all along the chain. Beautiful. It feels like almost they're showing me the dragon
Oh,
and the
yes.
scale, right?
Mm.
We've got the scales, and each scale is a link. Yet we're all connected.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're
You,
all different. We're all different, but when we're connected, we're all the same.
yeah. Serving the same mission, the same purpose.
Yeah,
Some of the scales on the feet that do the grounding, some of the scales that on the wings that do the flying.
yeah. And the heart. I'm getting the heart. Yeah. And it all looks different, but it's all interlocking like that chain thing, yeah?
Yeah.
It's all interlocking and it all plays a part.
Well, you have free will. Are you ready to share these gifts and the magic with the world?
Yes. See, I have to stop hiding behind that little girl that's scared with that eczema all over her face.
We're getting there.
Yeah,
We're getting there.
yeah.
I want to quickly check this truth of the links and the energy. Where does this truth permeate, or where is it residing in your body?
I'm actually getting my heart. I'm getting my heart.
What color?
Green.
If we were to breathe in that truth, that really radiant energy, and take it back to that little version of you just before she's decided that the world is hard, misunderstood, the pain. If we take that energy back to that little version of you, and it's like you come into that space as a spirit guide, hand on her heart, and I want you to share the words with her. So instead of seeing it as a burden and a weight and a heavy responsibility, I want you to share with her the perspective of the dragon, the green energy, the truth, that she's not doing this alone. Build up that energy. How does she respond?
She's standing up taller. Her eyes are coming up. She's not so shy, you know. Don't look at me. It's like she can look at you now. And then she feels that strength in her body, almost like courage. It's moving up the body to the throat.
Yeah, I'm getting that.
Yeah.
I was getting you almost cupping her little cheeks in your healing hands, and I'm seeing the energy of reminding her that she is of the dragon. She doesn't need to be the dragon. I want you to pour that energy into her cheeks and the eczema so that just starts to purify and start to bring in the energy so she's comfortable in her own skin. Now listen, she can still put her hair over her face and hide and do all the girly teenagey kind of things, but it's like the pure truth is that she doesn't have to hide in her skin. What are you noticing?
Do you want to hear what she's saying? She's saying,
Absolutely.
fuck it, fuck it. Oh, yeah, it's head up. It's like, I'm not going to hide anymore.
I want you to imagine then all of those learnings about the hiding and the shielding and the heaviness that we grab hold of those lessons, and it's like working with the wizard. It's like putting that into a book of records, into your Akashic records, that we've learned everything that we need to from the discomfort of hiding in your skin, and just basically putting that book on the shelf. You can access that whenever you need to. But right now, it's about moving forward to
Mm.
share the links and to share.
She's doing this. Mm.
Yeah, it's a much more fun chapter with the feathers.
Yeah, yeah. Whew. With the feathers.
Checking in with the Star Council, is there any words of encouragement or anything here they want to share?
No, it's done. A big level up. A big level up is what they're saying. It's almost like not graduation, but this chapter for this humanness from that little girl.
I'm going to be cheeky and check them. So, how will life forever be changed for Angelique knowing this?
Do you know what I'm seeing? Like their fingers are doing this, and there's like not magic, but there's stuff coming out of their fingers. I'm not sure what that. I'm not sure what that means.
You need to know.
No, you need to know.
You know, it
I
sounds
just
like
know it's magical. It's magical. So we love the
yeah, it
magical.
sounds like new questions, new
Yeah, yeah,
possibilities,
yeah,
new.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
All right. Well, then, with all of that in place and so much appreciation for the team to step forward the way that they
yeah.
did, it's time for everybody to step back and to go back to the time stream where they reside and just finding yourself stepping out of that space, the room of eternity, carrying with you the wisdom, the links, the energy, seeing those doors close, moving out of that room, moving out of that star, thinking the team will come back when we need to. But now we've got that fresh new start, new chapter to write. And so finding yourself coming all the way back to the body very gently, very easily, getting your body to resonate at this frequency of this now time when this is being recorded, feeling yourself grounded back into Mother Earth, having that connected, supportive energy, wiggling those fingers and toes, heart rate back to normal, and opening your eyes to a whole new you.
Wowza. Gee. Well, that was powerful.
A full body tingles. Yes, it was.
What a journey. Wow. That was amazing. I don't
So
even
you,
know. Just that was a
yeah,
lot.
yeah. Well, how are you feeling about covering so much in that pocket of time?
I feel like as we moved on to something, I forgot the thing that we'd just spoken about. It was weird. It was just like, am I making sense? I kept thinking, am I making sense to you?
Yeah,
Because trying to get what they're saying and put it into human words is, yeah. Wow, that was amazing. Thank you.
oh wow,
That was a lot.
it
That
was a
was
lot.
so that eczema on the face that I had, I used to hide. It was all about me hiding and that, and then dad dying, and there was just so much going on when I was young, and then having to go into high school and what the energy of high school is, and I went to an all girls school, and oh, it was a lot. It was a lot. So I think, oof, yeah,
Yeah, and yet she had the sophistication to get call in the dragon, bring in that energetic
yeah.
shield, and
Yeah, see, I used to have to hide that, and I never, just today, just now, that that was the first time I've ever thought, oh my God, that's the dragon. That's powerful. If I had known that then, if if I had to be my own mother, I could have, but that's the journey, isn't it? Wow, that's so powerful.
One day we'll have to explore your connection to the dragon, but I was being disciplined. I was staying on track for the
Yeah.
intention that we set.
Yeah,
That
no,
we could explore the
I was
dragon.
surprised that came in. That was interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, it was. It was awesome. And then how the colors changed.
Yeah, and the upgrade with the feathers and yeah, interesting.
Do me a favor right in this now moment,
Yeah.
gently closing your eyes.
Mm.
Now, previously you were anchored into the spirit world, but
Hmm.
now it's about coming back to this frequency. I want you to call in all
Mm.
aspects of you that have been traveling throughout all space and time. And I want you to start to just anchor yourself like you know how to do this, but like an oak tree, just pushing your roots
Mm.
down. And
Hmm.
again, summoning in all aspects of you that are ready for this next chapter to come back to resonate at this now frequency, December 2024. Big breath in, feeling the weight of the body, feeling yourself in the chair. There we go. Allowing that clarity to come back into the mind and
Mm.
feeling that motivation start to dial up as that focus starts to come in. There we go.
Yeah. But part of me goes, oh, but I like playing up there.
I know. It's like, yeah, water's a good one. So, for
Yeah.
anybody who's
And so,
listening, after a healing
mm,
session like that, you don't want to be going into a busy meeting, but you do want to be barefoot in the grass or go for a walk, eat
yeah.
a heavy
I
meal,
like I like my salt.
the salts. Yeah, I've
That's
got, that's in my water. Yeah.
mm,
And if you're a crystal wearer, what is it, Angelique, like the black tourmaline, anything that's quite dense that will bring you back into the human
yeah,
experience.
yeah. Or
A lot
quartz,
of heal. Oh, sorry.
quartz, the smoky quartz is a good
Yeah,
one.
I've got one behind me here. Um, any healers love to disassociate. They love to
Mm.
be in their fantasy world. And if you're having trouble with things like burnout, fatigue, all sorts of things, you need to be able to do the healing on why you don't want to be here. If you've got a label that says or a belief that says being here is painful, is misunderstanding, is challenging, it's so much easier to be up in that space, but you are prolonging the suffering. So
Mm.
be like Angelique, go do the inner work. And the sooner that we get our feet on the ground, the sooner that we actually get to move to the next mission off planet Earth and go play in the next reality, right, Angelique?
Yeah, but not too soon. We've still got stuff to do here. Are we clear?
Yeah. Yeah, we're
Yeah.
going to complete this soul contract. So the left half undone, and you'll just pull yourself back into another lifetime of the same
Mm.
kind of challenges.
Mm.
You look like you're back in the body now.
Yeah, I am. I am.
Oh, she's ready for mischief now, everybody.
Yeah. 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 No, definitely. The sun's beautiful. I'm gonna go out there barefoot.
Yeah.
Sit on
Off
my
cue.
chair. Wow, that was pretty amazing, Claire.
Love playing with you, Angelique.
Great.
Oh,
Thank you
all
so
right.
much.
You're welcome. And to the listeners, I will talk to you later. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
And then I push stop. Got to say, wow. Wow. I've got full body tingles after that session with Angelique, and just wasn't it incredible how the colors were changing, the rich aha moments. Gosh, you can spend years and years and years, exploring your purpose. You could spend years, trying out all the different modalities. But when you've got that truth from your own experience, from somebody facilitating a session, taking you between lives, and you get that clarity for yourself, doors start to open. So a big, big, big thank you to you, Angelique, for being vulnerable, putting yourself out there, and demonstrating for all of us that, the wounding that we've had from childhood doesn't dictate our future. We can call in the dragon, the magic, and the tribe, and the lynx, and that life can be absolutely, truly special and amazing. So if you love this video, if you want more content like this, please like and subscribe, all the things, and I will see you in the next video. Bye, guys.